Okay, we've talked about location, we talked about the types of turbine that you can use. Now we're going to move on to start to look at the turbines themselves, and when I'm going to do some specific product reviews of some specific turbines. I will do a video later this week or next week about the equipment that's going to take the 24 volt power and convert that into usable 240 volt electricity for us. I'll cover that off separately. But I'm going to do now, not going to do unboxing videos, but I will show you the two turbines, the first of the four turbines we're going to review. The first two turbines, very different ends of the market. So first up is an IstaBreeze I-1500. I think it's actually a 1600 watt maximum nominal output. You'll see when I do a quick video of the equipment itself, it's built in Turkey. It's pretty substantial. The quality is pretty good. The pieces that they used look very robust. And then to sort of on the other end of the spectrum, I've picked a relatively cheap Chinese turbine. It was about 200 pounds. I think the IstaBreeze was near 600, so about a third of the cost. There is no specific manufacturer. I can't find the manufacturer. It's a generic manufacturer used and supplied by many people through AliExpress. What I do know is it uses an S3 PMG. That's one of the sort of the lower end spectrum of the permanent magnet generators. It's usually used for quite low rated turbines. You then get the M series, which I've actually ordered for the next two to compare. I've ordered an M series one from China. So we're going to look at, and we're then going to test over the coming weeks, the IstaBreeze and this Chinese 2000 watt model. I think you'll see when you see the Chinese model, you'll see it's a sort of less substantial piece of equipment. Still pretty well made on the generator. I have a look inside. It's not too bad. But I think I will be incredibly surprised if this generates anything like the IstaBreeze. But let's get on and have a look at the two models we're going to test. Okay, let's look at the IstaBreeze. This is the IstaBreeze I-1500. You can see it's actually rated, I think, to 1600 watts max. It's a pretty substantial piece of equipment, quite a solid housing for the PMG. The whole shaft and thread looks pretty substantial. You've got a nose cone, and then carbon fiber based blades. I've gone for a 5-bladed unit. Probably means I'm going to struggle at the top end of the power. 5 blades usually help you get going at lower speeds. We'll talk in another video about what speeds to expect your wind turbine to start working at, but 5-bladed units tend to work better at lower speeds. 3-bladed units work better at the higher speeds where you have a much more consistent high speed of wind. But this is the IstaBreeze. It's got a, I think it's probably aluminium with some plastic for the tail fin, and they've given you a nice aluminium pole that will thread and create the frame for the tail fin. So that's the IstaBreeze. That, I say, retail to me roughly around about £600 delivered to the UK with the VAT. Okay, let's move on to the Chinese, the model I'm calling the S3 2000. I think that actually the only label you get on, it just calls itself a Model 2000. There's no mention of the manufacturer on there, just the rated power and the voltage. I think it's an aluminium cast body. It looks like it's aluminium because there's pieces of edging that look like aluminium. It's not too bad. It's finished quite well. Clearly a less substantial generator compared to the IstaBreeze. Well, the IstaBreeze is over there, but clearly a smaller generator. The end plate isn't as substantial. The shaft doesn't look as substantial. yeah, I mean, it looks okay, but it's clearly not made to the same standard as the Ista Breeze. We've got some form of plastic, high density plastic blades. Again, they're probably only 50, maybe 50 centimeters long versus the IstaBreeze you can see over there, which are nearly a meter long. So, again, telling me that unlikely to achieve the rated power output or the maximum rated power output on here. But pretty simple construction. Just a mounting plate. They actually give you another mounting plate to fix onto the base of something. I'm going to have to. This is a 4-bolt. The IstaBreeze is 3. I'm going to have to manufacture something for the end of the mast, but that shouldn't be too difficult. So we're going to get both of these up, and we'll try this Chinese, which is, as we said, is a third of the price, nearly £200. So let's see if we get a third of the output.